In my extensive academic career, I have taught students from Generation X, Generation Y, and Generation Z, and it has been a rewarding experience. Generation Z is heavily and profoundly influenced by the pervasive technology that constantly surrounds them. So it's harder to compete for their attention. In fact, some colleagues at Accenture produced a study in a book titled The Attention Economy, which is the big battle today for your attention, for the time you're going to dedicate. The people who are watching our podcast, whether they're going to change the channel, whether they got annoyed with our length, with our topic, the big challenge is capturing attention. And with a generation that's so exposed, there's a lot of media, things happen very quickly. There's TikTok, which is a typical tool for Generation Z. You have to speak faster, you have to get your message across in very few words, otherwise you lose the moment. So that's the big challenge. That's why I mentioned earlier, in response to another question, about messages on the internet today that last 5 seconds, 7 seconds. That was unthinkable. At the height, let's remember one thing, of the great advertisers. We used to have 1-minute commercials, institutional ads, or even product ads that lasted a full minute. It was the most expensive airtime on television because, let's say, the traditional format, or the one that sells the most, is the 30-second commercial. But I actually saw great 1-minute commercials. That's unthinkable today. So now we have fractions of 30 seconds, like 15, 7, and even 5 seconds.